In this video, we're talking about how to convert equations from polar coordinates to rectangular coordinates. We're going to do two examples, and the first one is an equation defined in terms of theta. Its theta is equal to 3 pi over 2. So whenever you've been asked to convert an equation from polar to rectangular and you're starting with an equation that's in terms of theta only, what you want to do is go to the unit circle and you want to find that angle along the unit circle. So that angle here, 3 pi over 2, is this angle right here. So if we start at the origin, and then 3 pi over 2 is at this angle right here, so we're right along this line right here. And this line is a perfectly vertical line along the y-axis, so all we have to do is call this equation x equals 0. X equals 0 is the same as theta equals 3 pi over 2. What about an equation like this one? We have r squared is equal to sine of 2 theta. Well, in this case, we want to go to our conversion formulas. We've got both r and theta in our equation. We're going to need these formulas that allow us to convert between rectangular and polar. So we know that r squared is the same as x squared plus y squared. So we can replace that right off the bat. And then we know that sine of 2 theta we can break down using a double angle formula. So remember that sine of 2 theta is the same thing as 2 times sine of theta times cosine of theta. So we can break this down into this right-hand side here, and we can call this 2 sine theta cosine theta. That's a double angle formula. Now we still need to replace the values on the right-hand side to get them in terms of x and y instead of theta. If we look at these two conversion formulas here, x equals r cosine theta and y equals r sine theta, we can transform both of these equations if we divide both sides by r. So if we divide by r, then what we get here is cosine theta is equal to x over r. If we divide both sides by r here, we get sine of theta is equal to y over r. Now the reason that we did that is because over here on the right-hand side, we have sine of theta and cosine theta. So we can replace sine of theta with y over r, so we get y over r, and we can replace cosine theta with x over r. Now we want to simplify the right-hand side. We're going to end up with 2xy in the numerator, and in the denominator we'll have r squared. But then remember, we know that r squared is x squared plus y squared, so we're going to make that substitution and we'll get x squared plus y squared equals 2xy over x squared plus y squared. Then if we multiply both sides by x squared plus y squared to simplify, on the left-hand side here we'll end up with x squared plus y squared quantity squared, because we now have two factors of it, is equal to 2xy. So this equation here is completely in terms of rectangular coordinates. It's just x and y, but this is exactly the same equation as r squared equals sine of 2 theta given in terms of polar coordinates. Could you use some extra help with math? Click the button to head over to calculusexpert.com. It's where I've collected and organized all of my best resources, including exclusive videos, notes, quizzes, and even formula sheets. It's the perfect resource whether you're struggling, or if you want to take your learning further, or even if you just want to save yourself some time studying. So check it out, because I know it'll help.